January 7th, 2018. I think I figured something out the other day. I'm going to share it with you. There's this great kids movie called The Lion King, where Simba loses his dad and becomes this scared, terrified little lion boy. And then all of a sudden grabs his manhood in his balls. He stops swiping on little lion cubs and starts actually running the kingdom and becomes the man that his father always wanted him to be. When we grow up, our parents think that the lessons we teach them are the lessons that we give them, taking kids to gymnastics or dance class or playing football or arts and crafts or playing with your friends. Those are childhood memories that we kind of sort of remember. I remember some of the after-school activities, and I remember playing with my friends and so forth, but those aren't the things that really shape who we are as a person. You see, it's the way we see our parents behave is the way we behave as adults. So the Lion King was scared to death because maybe he didn't get enough love from his dad. But he saw his dad as a strong leader, so eventually he went on to become this really strong leader. But there's another kind of king out there. It's called the lying king. There are people out there that just lie through their entire lives. And you always look at them and think to yourself, what the fuck do they believe that lie? They always say that they want to share their version of the truth. Now, as we both know, when we speak as truthful people, we never say, hey, Joe, or hey, Obi, I got to share my version of the truth with you today because it's going to be far different than anything you ever imagined because I'm going to go into fantasy land right now and I'm going to spin and twist it and everything else. So they'll take it and they'll say they call it the version of the truth. A person who tells the truth never uses the word, I'm going to be honest with you. They never use the word, I have to tell you the truth. They just speak authentically and honestly because they were not brought up by a lion king or a lying queen. And you wonder where the root of all the liars come from. It comes from the parents. When you're dating somebody, take a look and not look at. I remember, this is a funny thing. Do you know when, do you remember the thing was when we were younger? When you're dating a girl, just go meet her mother so you can see what she's going to look like in 20 years, right? Do you remember that? You guys, did you ever do that?
I don't think I was that advanced when I was thinking about that. I was just trying to make out.
All right, so
you had to meet your mom. You had to meet her mom because you had to go pick her up. That was the extent of it for me.
Okay, so we were a little advanced in Scarsdale, New York, but there's something now that I think is the greatest thing. Meet the parents, not the Ben Stiller movie, Meet the Parents, but meet the parents and ask them about their parents. Ask them about the way they were brought up. Ask them about things. Because if their parents were liars or manipulators or kind of shady people, guess what the person's going to be? Probably a little lying, a little shady. Maybe they haven't done their work on themselves. I'm not saying that everybody who was brought up by lying kings and queens are going to be manipulative fucking pain in the asses in your life. But you have to look at that because if I take a look at the people I've dated in my life and I look at the parents that I met and I look at the history of it, the people who were the lying, manipulated ones had parents that were liars and manipulators. And then I looked at people who had a lot of integrity. Their parents had a lot of integrity. It's the lessons we teach our kids are the lessons that we don't realize we're teaching them. Have you run into people like, liars frustrate the shit out of us. You dated one that made up stories about you. Stories that, by the way, I saw the storyteller the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Recently?
Like yesterday.
Really? Where?
Where do you think? Air One.
That's so weird. Isn't that the second time?
Yeah, second time I saw it. Didn't talk because I was with somebody, and I just really, I can't talk to her because to me, when I see a lying cub or a lying cubess, right, I can't talk to them anymore because I've lost all respect. I always say once someone lies to you, I've lost 100% respect. I don't care if it's a little white lie. What's a little white lie? What if you're Chinese? Is it a little yellow lie? If you're black, is it a little black lie? What the fuck is a little white lie? My kid lied to me the other day, and I looked at her and I said, don't lie. I said, don't lie. Oh, okay, Dad. It's like, you got to teach these kids ethics. I don't understand lies. Have you dealt, besides her, have you ever, see the paint come unglued in a relationship and you start thinking to yourself, how the fuck is this person telling all these lies?
Yeah, what I see the most is they're lying to themselves about a lot of shit. Like maybe they're trying to tell themselves that something is a certain way when it's really not. And it's like, can you not see what I'm seeing? Am I the only one that's here right now? Like, I mean, really, I think that's where it stems from. Is first you lie to yourself, and then you lie to the other person. I mean, isn't that the way it starts?
Yeah, it's funny. I do. And that conversation you have with them is so circular. You're like, all of a sudden, you're thinking to yourself, am I missing a detail? Is there something I missed? Let me go to the videotape. There was that Black Mirror episode, right, where everything is recorded. And she caught, her husband in lies, right? And he tried to deny it. And it was right. Even after watching the videotape, he still denied it. And it's almost like that's what it's like. When you're dealing with a manipulative liar, you're almost like they'll circle talk you, or they'll cherry pick words, where they'll just like, they'll take everything out of context. You said blue. I did say blue, but there was a whole fucking sentence before I hit the word blue, and there was something after blue that really justified. No, no, no. You said the sky at night is medium blue. It's a dark blue. No, you idiot. The light fucking turns off. It's like a light bulb turning off. It's still the same color blue. But whatever. It's like they believe their own lies. They convince, and that's also another sign of narcissism. Narcissistic people believe their stories and believe their lies. Mm-hmm. And they expose themselves right away in a relationship. And we, as human beings, we so believe in our story. If we go into a relationship with a story and we think that this is the person is going to be something, we don't pay attention to the little white lies. We just don't. We just think that, we're just not getting along. We're having conflict right now. We rationalize it as human beings, especially if you're a rational person. Well, we just didn't see eye to eye on this. But what we really missed was the entire fucking liar coming out and literally changing a story right before our eyes. So we get frustrated because we're emotionally invested in that person. And we think to ourselves, I can change or help this person out, without realizing you can't change a liar. They should be behind bars in the lying fucking jail. You can't change them. They're also the hypocrites of the world. They're the people that actually will put fucking sticky notes on their bathroom mirror and say, practice gratitude. You don't fucking write practice gratitude if you actually do gratitude. Can you imagine that? Waking up in the morning, today I'm going to practice gratitude. It's only a fucking fucking sociopath has to write that down.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, the things that are really a part of you, you just do. It's part of your nature, You don't have to force yourself to do them.
It's like a sociopathic thing. Practice gratitude today. Because really deep down, they must know that they're a piece of shit liar. So I'm going to go practice I got to practice gratitude today, And then what happens? They don't practice gratitude. They don't believe in gratitude. They're not in gratitude. Everything revolves. A liar is taught to survive. Usually they have the survivor instinct about them. So they're taught to survive nonstop. They lie to continue surviving in life because, for one, they have to learn how to practice abundance, right? That's another thing. Practice abundance. You don't practice abundance. Practice doesn't matter. You could be the best practice fucking quarter. I'm sure Christian Hackenberg fucking has some good practices with the Jets, but they never let him in the game, right? Because the guy can't fucking throw a pass. So it's like you don't practice abundance. You either be abundant in the words you choose. If you're telling the universe, I'm going to practice gratitude, practice abundant. No, you be abundant and you be gratitude and you be humble. So then you can stop being a manipulative son of a bitch, fucking lying cub or cub-ass. It's unreal. It's like we live in a world now where people are allowed to lie. Because if you think about it, Facebook validates a lot of people's lies. They post something up and people go, yeah, that's a good one. Or you go girl, or you go boy. And it's like, and you know the people and you're like, whoa, they just got validated for being an asshole.
I mean, I think no one really likes confrontation. It's not necessarily that we validate lies. It's that no one wants to call anybody out on anything. Because we're just like, we hate confrontation. At least most people do. And so instead of saying, hey, no, that's bullshit, or are you sure about that? You know, people are just like, okay, and they just go along with things, and we're all kind of dancing along with each other, and we in a lot of lies, a lot of bullshit, a lot of things that we know aren't necessarily true. We kind of just keep on this, like, you know, happy face, and then underneath we say, oh, that person's full of shit, but we would never say it out loud, you know?
You know what? Here's the deal. For all you liars out there, I'm sure you're going to twist and turn this podcast and just say that I'm crazy and continue to harrow your lie. Go practice humble. Go practice your shit. Man, go practice to be a fucking NFL quarterback, because you probably have a better chance of doing that than you do in actually being a fucking stand-up human being. The rest of you, when you see a friend lying, or your child lying, or a partner lying, maybe call them out a little bit. Maybe if we actually called people out just once in a while, we'd actually be a really good friend to them. I know it's hard and it's tense, like, yo, dude, man. I remember you called me out on, like, Jesus, are you fucking depressed or what, right? You know, when I was going through a little funk last year, that felt great. I was like, that, I feel good. Call your friends out. Call people out. Stop allowing them to live the lie. Don't forget, there are people who live a lie, there are people who blatantly lie, and there are people who lie thinking that there's something they're not. If everybody got together and ganged up on that person and did a lying intervention, maybe that person would actually become a human being instead of a human liar. Anyway, that's the reality check today. See ya.